All right, let's just jump right in, shall we? We're about to break down what is, no joke, the most bonkers, timeline-shattering story of the year, Deadpool and Wolverine. And trust me, this is way more than just a team-up. It's like a full-on collision of entire universes.
So, what we're going to do is tackle the huge questions I know you're all asking. First things first, how do the old Fox X-Men timelines even connect to the main MCU? Like, how does that work?
And then, of course, the big one, the main event. How does our Merc with a mouth finally cross paths with this super specific, super angry version of Logan? But here's maybe the biggest question of them all, right? How is this one movie, this single film, about to completely reset the entire future of the MCU? Yeah, let's get into it. All right, so our story kicks off with Deadpool just, living his life. Well, as normal a life as Deadpool can live. And he gets completely yanked out of it, thrown headfirst into this massive cosmic crisis that he absolutely 100% did not ask for. So, who's doing all this yanking? Well, it's none other than the Time Variance Authority, the TVA. And if you've seen the Loki series, you definitely remember these guys. They're the cosmic timeline cops in charge of policing, well, all of reality. Only this time, they're not showing up to prune a problem. Nope. They're here to recruit one.
So, what's the mission? Well, the multiverse is an absolute mess, right? It's in total chaos after that whole war with Kang. And the TVA, they need what they're calling a chosen chaos agent to help fix things. And their pick? Deadpool. Why him? Because apparently that crazy healing factor of his makes him one of the only people who can literally survive a timeline completely collapsing on itself. His job is to go out and find a very specific hero, someone who can act as an anchor for a brand new stable reality.
But to really get why it has to be these two, we've got to look at the messed up worlds they're coming from. Because this isn't just some random team-up. It's more like the collision of two completely separate apocalypses. And this really shows you just how desperate things are for both of them. On one side, you have Deadpool's universe, Earth 1005, which is literally falling apart. They call it a spaghetti universe. It's just dissolving. And on the other side, you've got this very particular Wolverine variant. And I gotta stress this is not the Wolverine from the movie Logan. This is a different guy, one from a timeline where he totally failed the X-Men, lost everyone, and has just completely given up on everything. He's a broken hero from a broken world. So you can probably guess what happens next, right? Deadpool shows up, tries to recruit this super depressed Wolverine, and Logan's immediate response is, violence. And what we get is this absolutely brutal, but also kind of hilarious fight between two dudes who literally cannot be killed. It's only when the TVA steps in and shows them the horrifying truth that both of their universes are totally doomed that Wolverine finally, reluctantly agrees. But get this, he's not doing it to help Deadpool. He's doing it to try and save his own world. Okay, so now that our, let's call them a reluctant duo, is finally assembled, their mission sends them on this insane road trip across the dying branches of the multiverse. And the journey they go on is it's staggering. I mean, they're jumping through the leftover bits of the old Fox X-Men movies, then they're in classic Marvel movie timelines. They even end up in these dead realities that Kang already wiped out. This is where the fan service just goes into absolute overdrive. We're talking cameos from heroes and villains we haven't seen in forever, all smashed together in these chaotic, almost Battle World-style locations.
Of course you can't have a multiversal adventure without a multiversal bad guy. And this one is uniquely terrifying. Because she's not just some powerhouse. She's like a psychological weapon aimed right at our hero's deepest, darkest fears.
And the big bad of this whole story? It's Cassandra Nova. Now, if you're not familiar with her from the comics, she is the psychic, pure evil twin sister of Professor Charles Xavier. Just imagine all of his incredible power, but with absolutely zero morality. So, just how bad is she? Well, yeah, she can control mutants and bend reality, which is scary enough. But what makes her truly, truly terrifying isn't just her raw power. It's how she uses it. She literally weaponizes Logan's own past trauma, his failures, and throws it all back in his face. See, she's not just trying to break his bones. She wants to shatter his spirit. Her goal is pure multiversal genocide. Wipe out every single timeline where mutants survive. That makes her the perfect, most horrifying villain for a story like this. And all of this, as you can imagine, leads to a massive final showdown where the fate
of not just one world, but countless realities, is hanging by a thread.
The climax is just pure chaos. You've got entire universes from the Fox movies literally crashing into each other. But the real turning point, the big moment, is an eternal one. Pushed to his absolute limit by Cassandra Nova, this broken, hopeless Wolverine, he finally just lets go. He unleashes his full-on berserker rage, and in that moment, he accepts his destiny. He becomes the anchor hero the TVA was looking for. It's the moment the hero we always knew was in there finally comes back.
So, what does this all mean? Well, this movie is so much more than just a wild, R-rated comedy. It is literally the bridge, the crucial connection between everything we've seen in the past and everything that's coming next for Marvel.
So let's just lay out the consequences, right? Because Deadpool survives his timeline collapsing, guess what? He gets to enter the main MCU for real this time. Wolverine, by becoming the anchor hero, is now perfectly set up to be a major player, a recruit for the big fight in Avengers Secret Wars. All the chaos at the TVA? That's totally setting the stage for a massive Battle World type event. And maybe the biggest one of all, having all these Fox characters show up officially brings mutants into the MCU canon. It's finally happening.
So the big takeaway here is their new roles going forward. Deadpool is no longer just the guy breaking the fourth wall. Now he's the multiverse courier, the one who can travel between realities and bring heroes together. And this specific Wolverine, he becomes the variant powerhouse, basically a super important soldier for the ultimate multiversal war that's coming.
And all of that leaves us with one final, kind of mind-blowing question. This movie isn't just about finally getting mutants into the MCU. It's about taking the most chaotic, most unpredictable character in the entire Marvel universe and positioning him as the potential key to the whole thing. So, is the Merc with a mouth actually the key to saving the entire MCU? Now that is a question that changes the game completely.